Extraction shooters are the most brutal genre in gaming right now. You spend 30 minutes looting, building the perfect kit, and then you get killed 10 seconds from the exit. And yet, we can't stop playing them. If you're looking for the best extraction shooters on Steam right now, games that are actually worth the pain, this is the list. 8 games, real player reviews, 0 filler. Gray Zone Warfare is a hardcore, open-world extraction shooter that takes everything Tarkov made famous and stretches it across a massive 42-square-kilometer Southeast Asian island. You're a PMC operative, looting, surviving, and extracting before everything goes sideways. It's slow, punishing, and absolutely unforgiving. The game launched in early access in 2024, sold over 1 million copies, and has been getting better with every major update since. Steam reviews have climbed from messy to mostly positive, and the community is genuinely excited about where it's heading. For multiplayer, you can squad up with 3 other players and tackle the island in either PvP or versus environment mode. The open world format means you'll randomly cross paths with enemy squads mid-mission. Those encounters are pure adrenaline. It will test your patience. But if you want something raw, tense, and deeply rewarding when you pull it off, Gray Zone is a must-play shooter. If you've ever wanted to feel like you're actually in a war movie, not the action hero, but the guy who has to follow orders and not get anyone killed, Squad is that game. It's a large-scale tactical military FPS with up to 100 players per match, real vehicles, constructed FOBs, and communication that genuinely matters. No mic? You're a liability. Steam gives it a very positive rating across over thousands of reviews. Players who love it, really love it. Multiplayer is literally the entire point of this game. Squad is built from the ground up around teamwork. You're placed in squads of up to 9 players, led by a squad leader who coordinates with a commander, overseeing the whole battle. It bridges the gap between arcade shooters and full military sims. Think Battlefield, but everyone actually plays the objective. If your squad communicates and clicks together, the highs you get from pulling off a well-coordinated push are genuinely unlike anything else in the genre. Once Human is a wild ride. It's a free-to-play, post-apocalyptic, open-world survival shooter soaked in Lovecraftian horror. Think The Division meets Rust, but with alien monsters, a huge crafting system, and enemies that look like they came straight out of a nightmare. It hit one of the biggest Steam launches of 2024, peaking at over 230,000 concurrent players. Reception was mixed early on due to some server and progression issues, but the developers have been consistently updating and improving the game since. In multiplayer, you can team up with friends to explore the massive open world, build your base, tackle raids together, and even go head-to-head with other players in PvP scenarios. The gunplay is solid, the world is packed with things to do, and the co-op loop of gearing up and taking on big boss encounters with your squad hits just right. Best of all, it's completely free. If you want a survival game your whole group can jump into without spending a dime, this one's an easy recommendation. Arena Breakout Infinite is like the free-to-play sibling of Escape from Tarkov, where you can actually have fun. It's a high-stakes tactical extraction shooter with stunning visuals, deep weapon customization, and that same high-risk, high-reward loop that makes the genre so addictive, just without all the friction. Steam reviews land at mostly positive, and longtime Tarkov players have been jumping ship left and right. The multiplayer experience is full player versus environment. You're raiding against both AI enemies and real players at the same time. You can run solo or bring in a squad, and the tension of making it out alive with a full bag of loot never gets old. The gunsmith system is incredibly deep with over 75 weapons and hundreds of mods, so you and your squad can craft completely different loadouts and actually complement each other. Some cheater issues have been a sore spot, but the devs actively ban and compensate the community. For a free game, this is absolutely stacked. Ready or Not is not your average shooter. You're a SWAT commander leading a tactical team through some of the most intense, realistic hostage and threat response missions you'll find in any game. There are no respawns mid-mission, every door could be a death trap, and moving without thinking will get your whole team wiped fast. It's tense, it's dark, and when you pull off a clean breach with your squad, nothing feels better. Multiplayer is where this game truly comes alive. It supports up to 5 players in co-op, and playing with actual friends transforms it into one of the most satisfying tactical experiences on PC. Coordinating room entries, calling out threats, stacking up on doors. The communication you naturally fall into is what makes it special. Solo can feel rough, but bring a group that takes it seriously, or even one that goofs around. And Ready or Not becomes instantly one of the best co-op shooters available on Steam right now.
Put your hands up!
Created by Bungie, Marathon is a player versus environment extraction shooter set on a mysterious alien planet, and it came out in early 2026 to a very positive Steam rating, with 91% of early reviews giving it a thumbs up. The gunplay is heavy, precise, and incredibly satisfying. Think somewhere between Halo and Destiny, dropped into a high-stakes extraction format. It's unforgiving for new players, but deeply rewarding once it clicks. The multiplayer setup has you running as a crew of 2 or 3, taking on other player squads while navigating AI threats and looting vaults. The risk of losing your gear keeps every run tense, and squad composition actually matters. Different runner classes bring different strengths to the table. There's also a solo mode if you want to go rogue. The endgame Cryo archive content has been getting rave reviews for its intensity. Marathon is a niche pick. It's not for everyone, but if you want the most polished cinematic extraction experience on Steam right now, it is absolutely cooked. Arc Raiders exploded onto the scene in late 2025 and immediately became one of the most talked about shooters of the year, peaking at nearly 500,000 concurrent Steam players and winning Best Multiplayer at the Game Awards. It's a third-person co-op extraction shooter where you venture to a hostile, machine-overrun surface, fight both terrifying ARC enemies and rival player squads, then extract with everything you've grabbed. Steam sits at a very positive 84%, and for good reason. What makes the multiplayer special is how well it balances approachability and depth. You can squad up with up to 3 players, and the co-op chemistry of taking down massive Arc machines together is genuinely spectacular. Full crossplay means PC, PS5, and Xbox players all share lobbies, keeping matchmaking fast around the clock. The biggest complaint right now is that dedicated players are running out of content, but big updates are rolling out monthly. For a fresh, polished, and massively fun extraction shooter to play with your crew, Arc Raiders is right at the top. Look, Helldivers 2 had one of the most explosive gaming launches in recent memory. Over 500,000 concurrent players, instant cultural phenomenon, people screaming for Super Earth at their monitors. And honestly, the core game is still incredible. It's a co-op PvE third-person shooter where you and up to 3 friends drop onto alien planets, fight off enormous bug and robot hordes, and somehow survive through a combination of strategy, chaos, and teammates accidentally blowing each other up with orbital strikes. The multiplayer experience is pure magic when it works. Calling in stratagems, coordinating loadouts, pulling off last-second extractions, there's nothing quite like it. The game has had its rocky patches and some turbulent relationship with its community over balance decisions, but even those leaving negative reviews admit it's genuinely one of the best co-op PvE shooters ever made. With over 1 million Steam reviews and a loyal, massive player base still active, Helldivers 2 earns the top spot. If you haven't played it with a squad yet, fix that immediately. And that's the list. Best multiplayer shooters on Steam that are absolutely worth your time. Drop a comment telling us which one you're jumping into first. And if we missed one, call us out. Like the video if this helped, subscribe if you're new, and thanks for watching.